Hi viewers, welcome to Commissioner of Collegiate Education, Government of Telangana. I am Veeraya Sheelam, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany. I have been working at Government Degree College for Women, Nalgonda. Today we are going to discuss a class from BSc final year 5th semester botany, paper name ecology and biodiversity. So the topic is ecological factors, climatic factors about light. So it is the part 1 class, belongs to ecological factors. This oak tree and me, we are made up of same stuff. Given by Carl Sagan. Beside trees are oak trees. Usually they are grown in between the tea crops. So without these oak trees, the tea crops are not survive properly. Oak trees are deciduous trees. The leaves are shut down. The shut down leaves provide many nutrients, useful nutrients to that tea gardens. So one type of the symbiosis method, but not symbiosis. So one type of the symbiosis. So Carl Sagan also said, oak tree and me, both are made up of same stuff. Okay, both are living nature, both made by carbon, nearer 50, above 50 percentage of the carbon. Every molecule, organic, inorganic molecules, all are present in tree and him. Therefore, he given that type of the one important line. So we are learn about from this sentence. So we will discuss about introduction, climatic factors. So only we will discuss light factor but not temperature, because the second part has temperature. In this part we will discuss only light. Environment plays an important role in growth and development. So without environment factors, there is no chance of growth and development of plant. Not only plant, all the animals, including microorganisms, also not possible. Without environment, there is no growth and development in all type of the living organisms. For example, in plants, so the flowering, fruiting, seed development, everything link with environment factors. That important environment factors are classified into four categories, which are climatic factors, light and temperature, biotic factors, all the living things are organisms are come under this, edaphic factors, soil related, land related factors are come under this, topographic factors, surface of the land, mountains, these are come under topographic factors. So mountains also come under surface of the land. All the factors are come under fourth one. But you observe the first climatic factors, third one is edaphic factors, topographic factors. These three are non-living. Therefore, they are called abiotic factors. Broadly, environmental factors are divided into only two factors. They are abiotic factors and biotic factors. Now the first one, climatic factors. Light, climatic factor, light. Our today class moves on light. So light is different, temperature is different. Solar energy. So it is the source. The sunlight is main source for energy. That energy releases from the sun is called solar energy or solar radiation. Simply that is called radiation energy. When that radiation energy incorporated into atmosphere as electromagnetic waves. During that electromagnetic waves of solar energy is many type like ultraviolet rays, infrared rays, visible light and other alpha, beta, gamma rays also there. So visible light wavelength 390 to 760 nanometer. It is wavelength of visible light, photo light. That is divided into 7 colors VIBGYOR. Among these 7 colors, red light and blue light, only these 2 colors of light helpful to the photosynthesis. Only photosynthesis takes place in that both light, which are red and blue. Remaining color light is not necessary, not utilizes in photosynthesis process. Among these all the solar energy waves, ultraviolet rays are too dangerous, too harmful to us. UV rays are killing to the protoplasm, means the cell go to die. So cell death causes by UV rays. One more thing, infrared rays also, it gives heating effect to the stem, young stems and seeds. Therefore, the young stems are go to die, seeds cannot germinate. Infrared rays are very harmful to the growing young stems and seeds. The both rays are too harmful to plants. So already ozone layer absorbs maximum 99 point something percentage of the harmful radiation absorbed by ozone layer, which is located at stratosphere. Out of 100, for example, we measuring 100% of solar energy fall on the earth planet, only 1% of visible light. In visible light, 1% of visible light utilizes their photosynthesis at green color leaves, at chloroplast. Inside of the chloroplast, only 1% of solar energy utilizes and produces organic matter, carbohydrate. That is the main food source of everything, all the living organisms. Solar radiation, these are the electromagnetic waves. When solar radiation incorporated into the atmosphere as electromagnetic waves. Compensation point. So compensation points are various types are there. Compensation point for carbon dioxide, compensation point for oxygen, compensation point for light intensity. Various forms are there. Here compensation point means. So compensation means equal substitute. Compensation means substitute. Here light intensity. Light intensity means severity of light. Severe light. Our eyes are not see when fall severe light. When light intensity in which photosynthesis and respiration are equal is called compensation point. If it never possible equality, but if some of the light required for photosynthesis and respiration, if that required amount of light intensity in photosynthesis, in respiration, if they are equal, the requirement of light intensity in photosynthesis and respiration, that is called compensation point. Which compensation point? Light intensity compensation point. It never equal, but approximately they are equal when light intensity utilizes required in photosynthesis and respiration. But in shade plants, the light intensity compensation point is 27L. Means it is very low. It is indicate of shade plants. If the light intensity compensation point is very little, 27L, 30L, 40L, 50L, they are belongs to shade plants. In the shade plants, the light intensity almost equal in photosynthesis and respiration. If the same light intensity compensation point is too high, for example 4200 L, L means light intensity. If 4200 is very high, that is indicate heliophytes. So heliophytes are need more light intensity. More light intensity. Without more light intensity, that plants cannot able to grow. The stems are not growing perfectly. The leaves are shut down immediately. The stems are converted into greenish color. So when light intensity is not available, more light intensity not available, in that moment the heliophytes go to almost the leaves are shut down. It is called nudation. The tree plants, that forest convert into nudation. Heliophytic plants. One more important line is there, heliophytes. They are growing at a high light intensity areas. Therefore, photosynthetic rate is high. That's why the plant give more rootlets. Small roots are producing more. As well as parallel root heads are producing more. Root system is very strong in heliophytes. At the same time, the plants are produces more flowers, more fruits. So huge, numerous flowers are producing. But one reason is demerit is there. In heliophytes, the stem internodes are very small. So internodes of the stem are very small. Internodes always very small. It is the one of the drawback in heliophytes. In conifers, the light intensity is 1300. But actually requirement light intensity is double, 2600. But they are growing at lack of light intensity areas like hills, like tropical regions. For example, Himalayas. On Himalayas, the conifers are growing. They require more light intensity, but available light intensity is only 1300 L. But actually they need 2 times. So effects of light on plant metabolisms. So color of the light, intensity of the light, duration of the light. These 3 are important. Here one experiment. These are plants. Artificially the light supplies to them. Here color is decide which color of the light, intensity, severity of light, and duration, time of the how many hours supply to that plants. Everything decide to the plant growth and development. Such effects we discuss now. One is photosynthesis. So it is very common during the daytime. The leaf itself takes place photosynthesis. Photosynthesis, the main organs are leaves, lamina. In the lamina, chlorophylls are synthesized. Photosynthesis takes place lamina in chloroplast, especially chlorophyll pigments like A, B, C, D, E. These chlorophyll pigments, carotenoids, xanthophylls are required to the in higher plants. For the synthesis of chlorophyll, light intensity is required. Iron nutrient is required. Only these factors are available in that moment. The chlorophyll pigments are synthesized. Without chlorophyll pigment, there is no conversion of solar energy to chemical energy. Now chloroplast arrangement. You observe here. In the figure, in the leaf structure, these are the palisade chloroplasts, palisade cells. Every palisade cell contains many dot-like structures. These are chloroplasts. Beneath palisade, sponge cells are there. Here, the chloroplast arrangement in palisade cell as vertical manner. It is the one of the adaptation. These are the protecting from the light intensity, high light intensity. Therefore, chloroplasts are arranged as vertical manner. Now the light intensity, the more light cannot fall over that palisade cells. Sponge cells are located at hypodermis side towards abaxile side leaf, underside leaf. Therefore, the light intensity not injurious to the sponge cells because sponge cells are located in deep side of the leaf. The sponge cells contain little number of chloroplast. Here the chloroplast arrangement is important. They are surviving. The location protect to chloroplast. Leaf structure. So leaf structure also. In the leaf, sponge cells are towards the inner side. Palisade cells are vertical manner. So they are vertical manner, sponge cells are horizontal within deep inside. So the leaf also arranged as vertical manner, as horizontal, leaf arrangement is horizontal. So these are the some ecological adaptations. Now respiration. So any link with light, the respiration link with light. The light is necessary to the respiration, you think about us. So directly not link, but indirectly light also regulate the respiration. How? Usually when optimum light available to the plant, the photosynthesis takes place, more food, more carbohydrate, more glucose. So high amount of carbohydrate formation dependent on availability of light intensity. It is linking with direct in photosynthesis. For respiration, the chief organ, the main input product is C6H12O6. It is the substrate for respiration. So carbohydrate is substrate for the respiration. Without carbohydrate, there is no chance of respiration. When available rich amount of carbohydrate, respiration also takes place sufficiently. Uninterrupted respiration takes place. Respiration gives ATP. So the substrate is carbohydrate. So it is indirect link with photosynthesis, link with light. So light also influence to the respiration in plants. Next, transpiration rate. So transpiration means evaporate of water from the plant body is called transpiration. Through the stomata apparatus, the water evaporate into the atmosphere is called transpiration. By the presence of light intensity, when high light intensity, transpiration rate is high. So it is proportionate to the light. Without except cloudy time, remaining all the time when light is available, transpiration rate gradually increases. So transpiration directly linked with light. Distribution of the plants. So distribution of the plants. The plants are distributed in various regions like polar regions, mountain regions, plain regions, equator. So it is decided by light intensity. So based on the availability of light, the plants are distributed in various regions, in various forms. Now the fifth effect is plant-light relations. So important for entrances, listen carefully here, two words are coming. Plant influenced by not only light intensity and duration of the light also important. How many hours fall on the plants also important. Light intensity along with duration of light, both are important. Both are need for the plant growth and development. Based on the light intensity, the plants are classified into two types. One is coophytes, another one is heliophytes. It is important for entrance. Coophyte. Which plants are growing at shady areas? They are called coophytes. They require less light. Little amount of light is enough. They require less light. In shady plants, the number of the chloroplasts are few. Number of the chloroplasts, because they are already growing at shady region beneath the trees. So they require less light. So chloroplast, number of the chloroplast, size of the chloroplast also very micro level. Few number of chloroplasts are developed. So these are called tolerated plants. Shade tolerated plants. Coophytes are called usually shade tolerated plants. Example, Taxus baccata, Abies balsamina, fern plant, mosses. These all are visible at Himalayas, cold areas. So definition, coophyte definition is important. They are tolerated plants. Then heliophytes, the meaning also there. Helio means sunlight. They require more light intensity. They are intolerated plants. Which are intolerated? Shady, intolerated. They can't bear, they can't accept the shade regions. If accidentally the light is not available to them, what will happen? All the plants, the heliophytes are suddenly shed down their leaves on the ground. The stem is converted into greenish color. It indicates the light is not available. It is a heliophytic plant. In the group of coophytes, heliophytes cannot grow. It is helpful to the forest management study. So this concept, this knowledge helpful in forest management. If that location completely with coophytes, in that region there is no chance growing heliophytic plants. Hence you placed that heliophyte plants in between the coophytes. What will happen? Heliophytes require more light. In that region they can't get more light intensity. So shortly leaves are shut down, the stems are converted into greenish color, finally go to die. So Coophytes need shady regions, heliophytes need more light falling regions. Example, sunflower, grass plants, legumes. I am already told about heliophytes. Heliophytes are produces more rootlets, more flowering, more seeds, more parallel roots, but stem nodes are small because lack of some metabolic activities. So the visible two figures are beautiful figures are visible on the screen. One is Coophytes. We observe here. These all flowering plants are grown under the trees, under the shade. These all plants are very beautiful. So these are the flowering plants. These are herbaceous plants. So they are growing under the trees, shady areas. These are called Coophytes. They not require light intensity. Now this is the heliophyte region. They need more light intensity. So without light intensity they cannot survive. It is a beautiful scenery. Different color pigmentation plants are there. That reason the color visible, the reason the presence of carotenoids, various xanthophyll pigments. So the color is coming to that plants. These are heliophytes. So Coophytes and heliophytes. Many times asked on Coophytes definition. Find the following: which plants are growing under shady region? They are called Coophytes. Now plant movements. Plant movements. If one sprout or plantlet kept on a white paper, what will happen after some time? The stem grows towards the light. The plumule elongate towards the light, upward direction. The roots are grow towards the geotropic, means away from light, away from light. Roots grow towards the geo or earth side. Leaves grown transversely, horizontal, of light path. So overall the plant movement also deciding by the light intensity. So the light on plant movement is called phototropism. Photo means light, tropism means movement. Based on photo, the plant parts are exhibit the movement is called phototropism. Stem elongates towards the light. Root grows away the light. Leaves are transverse movement. Anyhow, every part exhibit one movement, either towards the light or against the light, or parallel the light. That is called plant movements. Without movements, the plant cannot exhibit growth and development. The next one, effect on seeds. So light is to require. Without light, the seeds are not germinating. For example, three type of the seeds are given: Lactuca rumex viscum. These are grass plants, some are tree plants are there. These seed germination require light. If light is not available, these plants seeds can't germinate. When light failure, the seeds cannot germinate. Cucurbits and liliaceae. It is popular example. Cucurbits important for entrance. For the germination of cucurbit seeds, not required light. Without light, seeds are germinating. Sometimes cucumber fruits are shows viviparous. Inside of the fruit, seed can germinate. That character is called viviparous. How? Without light. Inside of the fruit, light is not available. Hence, they can germinate. Cucumbers. In some Asparaginaceae, cactaceae, the light is not effective. Without light, with light. Anytime that seeds are exhibit seed germination. Asparaginaceae, cactaceae. The both families are belongs to xerophytic families. So seeds are divided into three types. By the help of light, germinating seeds. Without light, restricted. Without light. So the second one is important. Without light. Absence of light, they can germinate. Unless not germinate. The another one is not affected. Photoperiodism. Photo means light. Photo means light. Photo available in which time? Daytime. How much time? Maybe 10 hours, 11 hours, 12 hours in during the summer time, 13, 14, up to 16 hours available. In equator line, at a tropic level or polar region, in various regions are there on the earth planet. So nearer 12 to 14 hours daytime light available. So the availability of daylight, length of daylight for plants exposed, that is called photoperiod. So the plants are exposed to the availability of length of daylight is called photoperiod. Usually that period is 12 to 14 hours. Simultaneously, one hormone also required. It is important for entrances. Hormone name florigen. Florigen. It is not phytohormone. It is also one of the accessory hormone. It can germinate. It can induce in the plant after maturity. First time florigen hormone, the term coined by Chelakyan. China scientist, florigen. It is one of the hormone. When florigen induces in the plant can flowering. So without florigen, there is no chance of flowering. Florigen hormone is flowering hormone. So light is required, florigen hormone is required. Now, Garner and Allard. Remember them? Garner and Allard. Important for entrance. Since 1920, they were classified flowering plants, three types, based on the availability of length of daylight. So photoperiodism. Periodism means time being. So based on the length of daylight, the plants are divided into three categories. One is SDP, short day plants. LDP, long day plants. DNP, day neutral plants. So who was divided? Garner and Allard, based on the availability of light period. The first one is short day plants. So abbreviated form SDP, short day plants. Flowering induces when photoperiod less than critical maximum. So usually 12 hours is a neutral period, 12 hours. Generally consider neutral period. Every plant requires some length of the critical period, that is 12 hours. If below the critical maximum, when photo light available below the critical maximum, only in that moment they should flowering. Such type of the plants are called SDP. The topic moves running on based on flowering. Only we are discussing about flowering of the plant. So the plant flowering when does? After maturity of the plant. It takes some time. After development of the plant, after maturity, the plant produces flowers. It is indicate maturity. Before the maturity, at the time of the maturity, the plant can produces florigen hormone. Simultaneously, climatic factors also decide. Even florigen hormone, other hormones are present. Hence, plant cannot produces flowers. So, climatic factors are decide, influence, play an important role. So, SDP plants are when flower, when light available below the critical maximum, below the, in that moment they should flowering. One more important line, these plants require uninterrupted dark period. Daytime already light is available. Then nighttime continuous dark period is there. That nighttime dark period is influence that flowering, but not daytime light. Nighttime dark period is decided to the either flowering or not in that plant. So here uninterrupted dark period is required. Uninterrupted means continuous dark period is required for the flowering of, for the blossom of short day plants. It is important. One more examples. Many entrances asked example on example. Chrysanthemum, tobacco, datura, xanthium, dahlia, rice. These four examples are important. Chrysanthemum, chamanthi. Dahlia pinnata, it is a tuberous plant. Tobacco. So Garner and Allard did one experiment on tobacco. That variety name is Maryland Mameth. Commonly it is known as tobacco. So Maryland Mameth. Datura, xanthium, rice. Rice plant also come SDP. So remember tobacco, Maryland Mameth. In Maryland Mameth, which is important, that plant can flower, continuous dark period is required. Second thing is below the critical maximum period of light. Next one, long day plants, LDP. Flowering is induced when photo period is excess than critical maximum. How much excess means? Above the 12 hours. So when above the 12 hours light period available to the plants, that plants can blossom. Unless they cannot blossom. These plants does not have continuous dark period. So here dark period not play important role. Dark period is not necessary, but SDP require dark period. So in between two dark periods, one light period is coming in SDP. In between two dark periods, they require more dark. So one daytime, nighttime, daytime, nighttime. In that moment, in between two dark period, one daytime is coming. So the plants are, they need such type of climate. Here, continuous dark period is not required. If available, no problem. Not required, no problem. Available, not problem. And not available also, no problem. So those plants can flowering, blossom. Example, beetroot, spinach. Spinach means palakura. Radish, brassica. So you by heart beetroot, remember spinach, beetroot and spinach. One is tuber, another one is leafy vegetable. Radish also tuber, brassica also one that is a spices plant. So spinach, beetroot, these two examples are important to the LDP plants. Day neutral plants, plant to blossom over a wide range of a day length. So light is not required. With light, without light. If presence of light, absence of light. Anytime the plants are go to blossom. So here light cannot dominate on them. Light not available, plant can blossom. Light is available, plant can blossom. So here light cannot create an important role in such type of the plants. Example, maize. Therefore, maize plants are cultivated entire the year because maize crop flowering in any time. Light is not decided. Tomato also, tomato crops, cucumbers, these are available entire. So farmers are should need some small knowledge about them because maize, tomato, cucumber, pepper, these are cultivated among the year. So without light, with light, they can blossom. Such type of the plants are called neutral plants, day neutral plants, DNP. Here one small experiment given, one diagram given. So it is the short day plant, long day plant, short day plant. So this is the short day plant. The yellow color indicate daytime. How much day length require? Below 12 hours. Means 11 hours, 10 hours, 9 hours. So that yellow color margin is indicate light period. For example, 10 hours light available to that short day plants. Out of 24 hours, remaining how much? 14 hours dark period. So here dark period is, they need continuous dark period. It is one day, another day also come. In that moment, how much dark period is available? More dark period. But they need continuous dark period, a day, in the day. In that moment, plant can flowering. Unless the plant cannot flowering. Next, long day plants. Above critical maximum means above the 12 hours of daylight. For example, 14 hours. So 14 hours daylight. Remaining how much time? 10 hours dark period. Here dark period is not decided. Only day period is decided. Availability of light above the critical maximum. For example, 14 hours. 14 hours when light available, the plant can flowering. The plant can give flowering. Plant can blossom. Without flowers, there is no formation of fruit and seeds. It is directly impact on yield. The third one, day neutral plant. So day neutral plant. That plants are not need light or dark. Both are not need. Hence the plant can blossom. Example, tomato, maize, etc. Cucumber. So one time asked in MSc Usmania on cucumber and tomato also. 2-3 times asked. Now some questions we have go to discuss. Plants growing on snow are known as. Snow means ice. If plants are growing on snow, they are called which? A. Cryptophytes. B. Cryophytes. C. Thermophytes. D. Oxalophytes. So what is that answer? Cryptophytes. Crypto means non-flowering, as well as which are growing a small herbs. They are called cryptophytes. Cryophytes. Cryo means cool. The meaning cryo meaning cool. So this is the answer. Thermo means hot. Oxalo means acid. Acidity. So the plants are growing at acid areas. They are called oxalophytes. Thermo means heliophytes. The answer is cryophytes. Which is not a feature of heliophyte. Heliophyte means which are growing, which are require more light intensity. They are called heliophytes. Example, sunflower. So I am asked in this question which is not feature of heliophyte. Long lateral roots. Yes, these plants are produces long lateral roots. They produces numerous rootlets. Stem with long internodes. So in these plants, the stem with small internodes. Vigorous plant fruiting flowering. So in this answer is third one. Answer is third one. Stem with long internodes is the wrong statement. Belongs to heliophytes. But in question asked not character of heliophyte. Heliophytes stem nodes are very small. Stems are dwarf. Stunted growths. Heliophytes are showing generally stunted growth. Photoperiodism term coined by heart, only memory based question. A. Jacob and Monod, Sneath and Sokal, Garner and Allard, Gaunt and Malthus. So these every pair has a significant. Jacob and Monod, operand concept was introduced. Sneath and Sokal, numerical taxonomy introduced. Garner and Allard, photoperiodism term coined as well as explained photoperiodism in flowering plants. Gaunt and Malthus, population ecology. They were belongs to population ecology. The answer is Garner and Allard. Identify LDP, long day plants, given below. Just I told LDP, example is important. So LDP, find out the following LDP plant. Tobacco, it is not LDP, SDP, Datura, it is not, AB, not. The answer is spinach. Such type of questions are asked sometimes. Majority of the students are choose A and B. Therefore, examiner such type of technique already known. That's why this type of question I have given. So most of the students are, if answer is unknown, in that moment select C option, A and B, or above all. Sometimes it is wrong concept. So the remaining one is correct answer. Spinach means palakura. So thank you viewers who are watching this video. Thank you very much.